The New Jersey Transit F40PH-2CATS, built by EMD. They were originally built in the early 1980s as F40PH-2 Screamers. They called them Screamers because their prime movers would always rev at a high constant speed and were rather deafening on the ears, and it also reduced their traction. These are fitted with 3,000 horsepower V16 645 E3 prime movers, and these were all numbered from 4113 to 4129. These were all later rebuilt by Altoona with Caterpillar engines separate from the prime mover to quiet the engines down a bit and make it a little easier on the ears and provide more traction for the locomotive. There are several that are still in service other than New Jersey Transit. Only 4119 and 4120 are left on New Jersey Transit's roster from that 17-unit order. 4113 and 4117 are with the FRA. 4115, 4116, 4123, and 4125 are now Metro North F40PH-3Cs, and you'll see a separate video on those. And 4124 and 4128 are with the Grand Canyon Railway. So these are the last survivors of these locomotive types on the roster, and let's enjoy these locomotives as we capture them in various locations along the system. And here we see 4119 departing Ramsey with a Suffern-bound train. And a sunny, crisp evening, we see 4119 departing Hoboken. We see 4119 departing Montclair State University. And we catch 4119 at Mountain Station with a Hackettstown-bound train. And we see 4119 at the Hollywood Avenue crossing in Hohokus with rail fans gazing. And 4119 shoves back to Hoboken at the same location. And we see 4119 roaring to a start at Secaucus. And 4119 with a curtain call at Rutherford. And now it's 4120's turn. We see the train arrive and depart Waldwick on a warm March afternoon. Next, we see 4120 depart Hoboken. It's 2 days before Christmas as we see the 4120 depart Waldwick past the restored WC Tower. On a warm March evening, we see 4120 shoving through Glen Rock. There goes 1621 to Spring Valley with one of the two remaining cats on the roster. Although both of these locomotives are still running, their crowning glory was achieved with the 40th anniversary excursion on New Jersey Transit from South Amboy to Bayhead to Hoboken. Here we see the locomotives pulling their train up to the Bayhead station to load passengers for the return to Hoboken.